Hey, welcome to Pat's Soundbytes IGTV. Keeping new music alive is what I do on the radio and now on video. Conducting live chats with the artists and learning the stories behind their latest release and also playing their new video. Special thanks to my good friend Jody Best of Best Bet Promotions for coordinating and scheduling today's artist. Having over 20 plus years in the music industry, if you're looking for a highly successful promotion and marketing professional who's extremely motivated, look no further than Jody Best. For more information, contact Jody via email at bestbetpromo@yahoo.com. Special thanks today to my sponsor Gogo Tuners. For all guitar players looking for a focus on ease of use, readability, durability, and accuracy, look no further. The Gogo Tuner is the choice of many touring professionals and a favorite of casual players. Gogo's signature green you're in and red you're out screen makes tuning quick and easy. For more information, go to the website at gogotuners.com. Special thanks to WBXO Classic Rock Radio Redefine, allowing me to keep new music alive on the radio airways on the Pat Show every Sunday from 5 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. Only on WBXO Classic Rock Redefined. And a big thank you to Mr. Evan Balzer for allowing me to use his amazing instrumental that you're hearing right now. It's called Trails. To find out more incredible music by Evan, go to his website at evanbalzer.com. Today's guest, rock legend Scorpions frontman Klaus Meine. Going to talk to Klaus about the latest single, Sign of Hope. Going to talk and find out more about the new album and so much more here on Pat Soundbytes IGTV. Such an honor today. It doesn't get any better than this, my friends. I don't think I slept for 2 days, keeping new music alive on the radio and the video. Such an honor and a great opportunity to welcome Scorpions frontman, Mr. Klaus Meine in Germany. How are you, my man?
Very good. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. How are you?
I'm sorry for the extra enthusiasm. I love Sign of Hope. We've been playing it. It's been on my rotation. And the feedback here in New York, we love you. We love the song. We love you guys. It's like giving a hug. It's like a hug. It's for all the music folks out there of helping us get through these tough times of what we're dealing with today.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to hear that, you know, because I know New York is one of the places it's hit very hard, you know, and well, the idea was just to write a little song that came straight from the heart in troubled times. Was not so much thinking about like there's a new single coming from the new album and now we have a countdown from 10, 9, 8, 7, and you know, 5 more days for a new single. Nothing of that at all. It was just a little song, and the idea was just to put it out on our social media channels and to give our fans a little sign of hope. And of course, beyond that, you know, and now a couple of weeks later, through Universal Music, it went on all the Spotify's platforms, you know, so you can stream it, download it, and all the proceeds will go to Musicares, you know, and so we can do something good with it, you know, and support the music community.
I love it, and I want everybody to buy it. None of this bull of stealing and grabbing. This is a great song, and it goes to a charity, Music Cares, and I love that even better. And I'm going to play a video of Sign of Hope, the original one that they just put out. But I want to tell all the fans of the Scorps that if you follow Klaus and the guys on Scorpions Instagram, they are asking the fans, send in a photo, an image of a blooming flower, your favorite summertime activity, spending time with a loved one, and perhaps your photo can be used in their music video, the really good music video of sign of hope. Am I correct with that, Klaus?
Absolutely, Patrick. You know, we want everybody to be involved, you know, and so far many fans have sent like pictures of loved ones, you know, of dogs, of cats, you know, whatever, of like a sunrise, a beautiful sunset, and whatever it is, you know. And so it gives you the feeling we're all connected so very much in these troubled times, and we have to stick together to get through this. And hope, it comes in so many ways. Of course, a little piece of music in good and bad times, it's always like soul food. And that was the idea behind it, you know, to send out a little piece of music, give people, for even it's just a moment to get away from all the madness and from the cruel reality, you know. So, but it's so great to see all those little images, pictures coming in to be part of this, and to see that hope has so many faces, you know. It's just wonderful to take a look out of the window, see a beautiful tree, you know. You take a walk on the seaside, you see the ocean, you know, the air you breathe, you know, all of this, it's all hope is in there, you know. And the meaning is one line in the song, there will be better days, and it's going to be all right, you know. And it's like to give you faith, everybody faith out there. We go through this together, and the good days and the better days are around the corner.
Better days are coming. The light is at the end of the tunnel. It's a big hug. It's love. It's inspiration. That stay positive, stay focused, and we're all one earth, one planet, one group, and music connects all the souls. And man, thank you for doing that. What a beautiful
it really means a lot, Patrick. It really means a lot, you know, because that's what it's all about, you know. All throughout our career, you know, it's always like you bring out a new record, you know, the whole craziness around a release, around every release. And this time it was so different, just to send out little hope, a little sign of hope on the social medias, you know. And then immediately you get the feedback from our fan community and people from all kinds of places, and all different kind of communities, not only the rock people, you know, but from everybody out there, you know. And they feel like they're touched with the words, with the music. And that's something that I was just up to, you know, when we came back from tour earlier this year in March, and when this started getting crazier and crazier and more scary every other day. And it was so touching to see so many artists joining together, trying to put up something. They did their home concerts, you know, and writing little songs, little messages to make everybody out there watching feel a little better. And at the same time, it's like saying thank you to all the doctors, nurses, and all the frontliners who are working hard. And many of them, they risk their own life, you know. And it's really to say thank you to all of them for keep it going, you know. And the job they're doing, it's just amazing. And it's a little thing for us for a moment to make them feel a little better, you know, give them a little support and power.
I think it's tremendous, and I think it's awesome that artists like yourself are giving them that extra boost to go, it's okay, and thank you, and we're all going to get through this. And I think you guys were supposed to be in Vegas this month, right, for a residency?
It's such a bummer, you know. Right now, we were supposed to be in Las Vegas to play a residency at Planet Hollywood, and the first being the 4th of July, of course, you know. And we were so excited about this plan. And since in 2020, we are focusing on making a new album. The plan was to go to Los Angeles in May and June to work with our producer, Greg Fiedelman, who used to work with all those great bands like Metallica. And
Metallica,
you know.
Right.
Slipknot. And so we wanted to be in LA in May and June, and then go over to Vegas, play the shows. And for the off days, we booked the studio in Vegas already for the guitar players to go in and lay some tracks down, you know, and then maybe go back to LA in August. So now we're here, we're stuck in the lockdown, and we're stuck in Germany, and it's not so easy. It's pretty crazy, but the good thing is through this Zoom thing, you know, there is a way to work. And in the whole month of May until early June, we were working in a studio here in Hanover, just the three of us, Rudolf, Matthias, myself, with Greg coming in via Zoom every night. For us, like at dinner time, for him it was like around breakfast
Oh boy.
in Los Angeles. And we worked together, going through the songs, talking about the arrangements and everything. I like this song, maybe this we keep on for later, you know, and we made great progress with the record, believe it or not. So it's pretty crazy, but it's been working so far very well. And I must say, especially in this COVID-19 pandemic, it's a blessing, you know, as artists, musicians, we can take a deep dive in our own creative world and create some new stuff, some new songs, to write lyrics, you know, to compose songs. It feels so good that we can work, you know, not sit at home staring out of the window, you know. It's wonderful that we can be very active and very creative to hopefully to do something where all the fans hopefully will enjoy it next year when we come back out on the road again with hopefully a couple of great new songs.
Well, I like that to hear. I love to hear that. Get back on the road again. You're talking about a new album. You know, the Scorpions over 50 something years. I mean, 65, first album in 72. And then, you know, a roller coaster ride. You hit those 90s and you kind of survived it. All right. The new album, Klaus, are you going back to I'm a Dinosaur. Animal Magnetism was my first. I want to say maybe even Love Dry, but I think Animal Magnetism. I love Make It Real. The Zoo, that got my attention, and then obviously Blackout, and the rest is history. Are you going back to that old rock, you know, that the roots of the Scorpions back in the
Absolutely.
70s, 80s? Because I think I kind of missed that. Eye to Eye was good, but it's just not the same of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing is, when you make the decision to make a new album, I mean, it's kind of crazy. After so many years in 2020, to talk about in a band to say, guys, we do a new record. Really? You know, so it's like, it's quite a challenge, you know, to tell the truth. And you ask yourself, can I be really, after all these years, can write another great rock song?
Oh, yes, you can.
Can Rudolf come up with cool rock riff? Is he still the riff master?
The riff master, Rudolf.
Pull this off, you know? And Matthias coming with all those beautiful solo stuff and lead guitar stuff in there. And now with Mikkey in the band, or Mikkey Dee, you know, and Pavel, our bass player. So that's the first thing you ask yourself. And once you make the decision, we make a new album, then you ask yourself, so what do you want to say? What is this all about, you know? And also with a producer like Greg Fidelman, you know, who comes like really from working with bands like Slipknot and Metallica, this is like the road we go. It's going to be on the rough side, you know. Of course, Scorpions always come up with a couple of ballads, yes, but we try to focus on the DNA from the early days. I mean, so many years later, who knows what comes out at the end of the day? You never know. But we try to catch the attitude, and we try to find the DNA of the early days, find the DNA like the songs you mentioned, The Zoo, Make It Real, you know, Love Dry, Blackout, Animal Magnetism, the heaviness of songs like The Zoo or Animal Magnetism. Actually, we have a new song that it picks up the vibe, you know, with the heaviness. We might missing like one or two more really fast songs, and I think Rudolf is working on it right now, or Matthias. And I wrote tons of lyrics, and we worked the other way around this time. Normally, I would wait for Rudolf to come with the songs, like a demo, and so he would sing a couple lines, you know. But then I would write the lyrics on the track, you know. And this time, I started with writing lyrics and gave them to Rudolf. I said,
"Oh, wow,
this is what I want to say. This is what you're gonna do," you know. And he said he felt inspired the other way around to pick it up that way and write a great song to the words, you know, which inspired him, you know. And so it's the whole thing. It's about attitude and try to also tell story songs, you know, through times and all great stories we went through, you know. And so this is an album there are no outside writers at all. So this is 100% Scorpions DNA, and we wanted to keep it that way and make it really something that is pure Scorpions, you know. And with Greg on our side, he's a fantastic producer, a great guy. It's so inspiring to work with him. So far, it's such a great journey, you know, to make this album. But now we're on very important crossroads because we cannot go to the US. He might not come over here. So how can we work this out? Mikkey is in Sweden. Our drummer, Mikkey Dee, is in Sweden. Pavel Maciwoda is in Poland, in Krakow. And so until now, there were heavy travel restrictions. And I guess when we arrived in Los Angeles at the immigration in Los Angeles, they say, where you come from? Germany. Okay, go right back, boys.
No, you're the Scorpions. Let them through. What are you, crazy?
Yeah.
Come on.
Let us in. So it's kind of complicated, but it's a crazy journey so far. But in some place in my heart says, we get through this and we find a way out of this to make it work. And it will be even more special at the end of the day.
Well, I can't get the smile off my face to hear that Scorpions DNA, going back to the roots. You said so much. You know, Klaus, I've always wanted to ask you, and I got this opportunity. When you write the lyrics, do you write it in your native tongue of German and then convert it to English? No. How does that, everything's all English? How does that all work for you?
It's all English.
Okay.
Because I used to work, when I listen to the words and songs in general, you know, I listen to the sound. And there's a structure in the songwriting where it's a sound that works, you know. Forget the meaning for a moment, just the phonetics of it, you know, that has a structure. And it sounds great or it doesn't, because the sound picture doesn't work together well. But if you find the right balance between a great sound in the words and also hopefully a great meaning, telling a great story, you know, this has to come all together. And fortunately, I after so many years, it's so much in my veins. Then when I write, I think about the words and those headlines or those titles. If you have a great title for a song, sometimes this is where you start, and then you write the story around that title of the song. Or sometimes you have a great idea for a verse, and you tell a story, and then you wonder where the hook line is for the chorus. You know, it's different ways to get there. But I find myself, and this time was so different, because I had the feeling so from here in 2000. What the hell? What can I say? You know, which makes it a great rock song. We want to play live for our fans. You know, thinking about, like you said, like the Zoo, Blackout, No One Like You, all these great songs. And it's a tough call in a way, you know. And then I thought maybe I should start writing stories, little stories, you know, and like have something where you want to say something to your fans. You want to tell a story, you know. And that was a great start. And when I gave those lyrics to Rudolf, he came back to me and said, that's fantastic stuff, you know, and he started writing the music, you know, and he was so inspired. For a songwriter who've been used to like working, writing songs the other way around for so many years, this was quite a very exciting experience, you know. Yeah, but it works very well.
It's got to keep you fresh, right? It's like a whole different way of attacking it. And speaking of fresh, you mentioned Mikkey joining. I mean, you had Herman, you had James, and then, you know, you got Mikkey, and that's got to be like a ray of hope. It's like having a new teammate, a new guy, new ideas, and Mikkey Remoter. And are you kidding? How did he even get Mikkey? You need to like put an ad. Hey, this is the Scorpions, and we need a tremendous drummer. It's like, I know a guy, you know, and Mikkey, oh my God. Playing Hurricane is like, oh my God, it's like a rocket ship
he's a
going
great
off.
drummer. He's a great guy. He called me just the other day and said, Klaus, come on. You know, when can I join you guys in the studio? When can we finally start working, you know, on the new stuff? And I said, Mikkey, there's so much stuff waiting for you. Just there's so many songs waiting for you to beat them up. You know? And he's excited. He's ready to go. And I hope it works out maybe later this month. So at least the whole band could be together. So far, it's been Rudolf, Matthias, myself. And so far, it was all right to work on the actual songs, on the song structures, arrangement and stuff. But now it's about time. You want to hear those songs with the real drums, you know, and with bass and bring those songs.
Right, you need that rhythm. You need the drums in the rhythm section, right?
Yeah, exactly. And especially with Mikkey, is such an amazing drummer. So he has to add, when the way he plays, he definitely adds something to the whole song, you know, the way we play it. We want to play together like a band is playing, you know, and we want to hopefully have a lot of songs we can do later live in the concert, you know. And so this is what we're desperately waiting for. Now those guys come in here to Germany, and then we'll see where we end up. We have no idea, you know. It's, I guess Greg is waiting for us in LA. We're waiting for him to come here. Yeah, it's not easy, you know. When you see the numbers of infections in the United States, it's not looking good. It's much softer over here right now, you know. But it's not an easy story, you know.
It was so cool to see you guys in the 2017 tour and Overkill on your set list for Lemmy and Mikkey. I thought that was like through the roof. I mean, that was awesome.
And I know probably many fans would like laugh or go like, oh, come on guys, it sounds great, but Klaus, how can Klaus sing a Lemmy song, you know? I know that, I know I'm not coming, I never could come close to that growl, you know, the way Lemmy sings.
Right.
Give me a break, I'm a tenor, baby, you know.
Well, hey, and you brought it up, and I gotta say, man, you sound... But
I loved it, I enjoyed it very much, and you know, it was like looking up, hey, Lemmy, you know, we pay respect, you know.
Your vocals sound better than ever. And I mean, even going back to the 80s where you had the surgery, are there any preventive measures you're taking now, Klaus, to make sure to help that no more damage? Or are you exercising, warming up, sleep, hydration, taking care of that main instrument?
I taken great care of my voice, of my vocal cords. Yes, I do. I do my exercises. You know, it's of course now while we're not on tour, you know, I'm losing up a bit, you know, but normally while we're on the road, you know, I do my exercises, my warm-ups, more serious, and try to really stay in there and stay in good shape with my body, with my voice. You know, I do my workouts. Not so much right now because of the Corona thing, you know, it's not a good idea to go into the gym really. Doesn't feel so good, you know, so stay at home, but to work in the studio, to sing, and I have my vocal sessions where I just sing with the band, you know, my Pro Tools system. I have songs like, for example, Going Out with a Bang, the opening song in the show, you know, and I do my warm-ups, and then I'm here in actually this place over there, my microphones, you know.
Nice.
See them, you know, and so it's just to warming up, and then it's like I bat it out and go crazy with it, and I go like, yeah, great to see you, Nevada.
I'm coming, Vegas.
When I do my rehearsals here, mostly before we go on the road again, you know, when I do the rehearsals and sing a song like Going Out with a Bang, it's always the city where we go next or the country where we go next, you know. So it's always, there's a part in the song where I go, great to see you, California. Yeah.
Have you ever made a mistake and said, hello, Cleveland? And they go, no, 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 we're in
No,
Detroit.
not really. Not really, you know,
That's
but
good.
well, it's pretty crazy, you know. So I'm here in my little studio, and then I'm singing and really going crazy with it, and then it's a good moment also, like almost like meditating, and I see myself in front of thousands of fans, and then I'm looking out there in my garden, you know, and I say, wow, it would be, you know, and I realize how much I miss the audience, how much I miss like touring, because it's so in our blood, in our genes. We have to go out, and this is what we do all our lives, you know. Right now, on the other side, I must admit, it feels good to be at home. It feels fantastic to spend more time with my family, with my lady, you know, with Gabi, my wife, you know, and more time than we ever probably had together, you know, in one run, you know. And because we're always on the road, always traveling, and so to spend so much time at home, it's a beautiful thing as well, and to slow down yourself, and you know, and
kind of reevaluate, regroup, take a breath.
exactly, you know.
What's
But
your
like I said, it's a blessing that we have something to do, you know. We're focused on this new album, and with or without Corona, this is something we're really into. And you know, I mean, and it's not so much about numbers, you know, like selling millions of records like in the old days. It's much more about like to challenge yourself, you know, and to hopefully live up to your own legacy. Say, is that the right word?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and for the fans, you know, knowing there's a Scorpions community out there on Instagram, or almost 7 million people on Facebook, and they die to hear something new, you know. So the funny thing is, now in interviews, and I do quite a few right now these days, we talk so much about the new album and the hard and heavy stuff, and then people listening to Sign of Hope. Yeah, there you go. You know, it's such a soft little, almost folky little song, you know. But we're out there, and we're very much into the harder edge of the band. But no question about it, the ballads were always in our DNA, and they always will be, you know. But Greg is taking care that we don't lose that kind of focus. But for this situation, you know, it needed a softer kind of song to express those feelings and go out there and say thank you to all those people helping us getting through this, you know.
Well, that was the niche that I found. I felt, you know, I could play Rock You Like a Hurricane and Big City Nights every day, but I found a niche that there was nobody playing new music. And artists like yourself, that's what you do. You create new music. So I made my radio theme all about playing new music. And then I came up with the dice game. I don't know if Jody or anybody told you about the dice game. So I
No.
go to a show, meet you and the guys before the show or after the show, and you roll 5 dice. Maybe we do it in Vegas. And if you roll a 5 of a kind, totaling in 3 rolls, I played a whole new album on my radio show. Now, I've had Alice Cooper, Billy Gibbons, every band has put a new album out called Pat. Get the dice out. We got to roll the Paul Rogers. Everybody, the Def Leppard, everybody wants to roll the dice. So I can't wait for the new album so we can roll the dice with you, Klaus. That would be so much fun. All right, so can you share just a little thing, maybe a title, new album title, something for the Scorpion?
I tell you, Patrick, I tell you, the hardest thing, even after all these years, is album title, artwork. You know, this is always in the end what it comes down to. I try to get into it every other day. You know, it's like that's the weirdest thing. It's the hardest thing. You know, because if you find something like Blackout, you know, Love at First Sting, it goes bang, Love Drive, bang. You know, and but it's so hard because it's only words, you know, and
Right.
all those words being used so many times in different ways to come up with something like Laugh Drive was, you wouldn't find that in your dictionary, you know. This is just laugh and drive, and we put it together, and became such a wonderful expression for a song, you know, and beautiful song title. It's very difficult. So I would love to play you some of their songs, you know, right now.
Or
but
maybe
I can't.
or maybe a song title, a track, a little track.
Not really.
Okay.
No,
How
I can't.
important, Klaus?
But
How
the minute we go out there with this new record, you know, I come back to you.
All right, I love you, brother. How important is the artwork for the album? You really wanted to relate to the music, right? You guys have tremendous artwork, and I'm not even going to get into Virgin Killer and that whole headache that you dealt with, but you're right. Blackout, you know, it's really important, right? To when you see an album cover that says, okay, I have an idea of what the music's all about.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in our artwork history, I think sometimes we hit the big time. I mean, with Hypnosis for Love Drive, with Gottfried Helmwein for Blackout, with Helmut Newton for Love at First Sting. I mean, we were close to work with Andy Warhol, you know.
Oh,
It would have been
wow.
fantastic. Yeah,
that would have been great.
And so we had some really, really great artworks, and some that were really like not so great, you know. But that's the way it is.
That's the way it is.
To me, it still means a lot. I tell you a nice artwork story, you know.
Go ahead.
If we have some time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like when we used to work with Helmut Newton, you know, legendary photographer, amazing. And he did like a real amazing session for us in Paris, shooting the band and shooting those models, you know, ended up on the Love at First Sting cover. So, and it was a great success. And for the next album, so I wanted to work with Helmut again, you know, I mean, we all wanted to work with him again, but for some reason it wouldn't work out. But we saw an image of a Helmut Newton photography. There was an alligator, not a real one, of course, but an alligator. And the legs of a woman were looking out of like the alligator was eating the woman, right?
Okay.
And it was, in a way, it was kind of powerful image, a little on the edge, you know, and
cool,
a little scary, a little crazy.
Nice.
And it was a Helmut Newton shot. So I called him, Helmut, can we take this picture? Can we use it, you know? Because we think it works perfectly with the title, Savage Amusement, you know? Well, a little crazy, a little edgy, you know, but Helmut said, Klaus, this crocodile, there is a history of this crocodile. It belongs to a very famous dancer in Germany, Pina Bausch, you know. She is a very famous theater person, and this crocodile was one of her requisites.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the right word?
Yep.
And he said, but you have to call her. You have to call her himself and to ask for that. But I tell you right now, she never will give you that crocodile. You know? So it was a total crazy story. And I called Pina Bausch about the crocodile. So for a while we were in the studio with Dieter Dirks working on Savage Amusement, so I was hunting a crocodile, you know, and tried to get this artwork done with Helmut, you know. Helmut said, I do this album artwork for you, but you have to get the crocodile. Of course, I didn't get it. Because it was like it was like a holy shrine.
Okay.
It had a special meaning, and it was impossible. And Helmut Newton, he knew that I had no chance to get this crocodile, you know. But we would have loved to work with him again. He was such a great guy. Unfortunately, he's gone, you know.
Yeah.
And, but there are wonderful exhibitions like all over the world, you know, with artwork, you know, and his amazing pictures, you know, amazing body of work.
Is there anything on your bucket list that you haven't touched upon, Klaus, that you want to write a soundtrack for a movie, a killer book, or what you want to do a duet with somebody, or what are your goals that you want to still be able to do?
I mean,
Haven't
the
done
goal
yet.
is, the thing is, I was always in all those years and decades always focused on the band. And so now the focus on the new album, you know, what I want to make a great record. Hopefully people are blown away, the fans love it, and hopefully they go like, well, we watch Klaus getting older, you know, year after year after year, like all of us, but his voice is still killer, you know.
Oh my God,
And
yes.
that would be fantastic, you know. And I hope this road, there's still a few miles on this road to go, you know, and together with this band. And right now we all feel good, and whatever comes along the way, we're always ready to go. Right now we all have to overcome this virus and stay healthy, you know. And this is the most important thing for all of us, for the fans out there. Like I said, we miss them. And yeah, we made the plan this year, no concerts except for Vegas. But next year, we hope we can go out on the road again and play for an audience. Right now, it's like they try to make concerts here in Germany, where in a 15,000 seater, you know, they have maybe 500 people because they're all like separated. Right. And yeah, it might be a good thing to keep the crews working and stuff like this, but it's a tough call for the bands, and to go up there and perform. It's not the same thing, you know. It's like when you watch soccer without a stadium full of people going crazy, you know. It's not the same thing. It's like somebody said, like, to go on stage without an audience is like telephone sex, you know.
Well, I know they're pushing this drive-in. You know, I guess they tried it in Denmark. There's an artist out there sold 500 tickets, and the people pull in their cars, and they pull out their lawn chairs, and they see you guys play. But it's like a drive-in theater for a movie theater.
Yeah,
folks have been trying that, keeping a distance from the artist. Yeah. But I mean, I miss going backstage, taking pictures, hanging with everybody. And
exactly, yeah.
It's like,
and we played the last show at the 5th of March in Singapore, you know, and this was like where the situation was already kind of scary, but they had it very much under control. They checked all the people before they came into the venue, before they entered the venue. They made temperature checks and everything. Right. So there were only a couple of people wearing a mask in the concert, but like now looking back, it feels like it will take some time until we see this kind of scenario be on stage in front of like an excited audience, you know. It will take some time.
Have you thought about, or have you done any online streaming with all the guys? I know there's a lot of work that has to be done.
Yeah, we get offers every other day to do things like that, of course. And even if we would do it, you know, but right now we can't, because the problem is, until now, it was a problem to get Mikkey in from Sweden, to get Pavel in from Poland. Our crew people, one is in England, one is in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, Mickey's drum tech, you know. It's impossible to get all those people. Like, our crew is so international, to bring them all together just for one streaming show. It's very, very difficult, you know.
And I know you need the right equipment. Even if Mikkey stayed home, you know, you still need the right compressors and how this goes through to sound good, you know, to make it sync. So, no, I understand that. Has there been one particular, before I let you go, one particular moment in your musical career that you're most proud of, Klaus? I know there's got to be a ton. Is there one that stands out that you go, wow, I'll never forget it, best musical moment in my career? Or maybe you haven't had that yet.
Yeah. Well, I think it's very tough to just
put it down to one, right?
One, you know, but out of three, maybe it's definitely like playing Madison Square Garden.
Oh, you know? Yeah, New York.
Yeah, you know, that is, for every artist, you know, this is like very, very special. You feel to walk on stage and you feel you're on top of the world, you know. It's like Madison Square Garden, such a history. All our heroes played there, you know, so many big iconic sports moments. Muhammad Ali,
Oh yeah.
I mean, Marilyn Monroe singing "Happy Birthday, Mr. President." You know, so many things that come to your mind. You know, and so many great bands: Elvis, the Beatles, the Stones, everybody. You walk out on stage and you say, "Well, it's the band from Hanover, West Germany." And here we are on top of the world, you know. It's like when we played there, like '84 for the first time. It's just we had our parents, Matthias and myself. We invited our parents to come over. My parents never have been on an airplane until up to that point, and then to fly them from Germany to New York. You know, it was like wow, it was such a big deal and such an exciting moment in their life, and to see their kids rocking Manhattan, you know, in the heart of rocking the Big Apple in the heart of Manhattan, you know, and walking with my dad and my mom, you know, walking around Fifth Avenue, you know, we wouldn't come too close to 42nd Street though, you know, but we're walking down Rockefeller Plaza, all these places, you know, and to see the excitement in their eyes and wow, it's so great. It was a very special moment to share this with, and of course, Gabi, my wife, was also there, and with her mom. And so it was a family thing. And at the same time, it was, we were up on the mountain with a double platinum album, Love at First Sting. And we were up in the charts and in the US. And we were really we felt like we were right on the Rock Olymp, you know. It was a great moment. And of course, there are many more, but this was very emotional.
And the next day you fly out probably to Rio and there's billions of people out there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you go to Brazil and it's like, what happened?
I mean, Rock in Rio, and also that we came back now in last year, in October. It was just so special after 34 years. I mean, we've been in South America many times, also in Rio, but to play Rock in Rio again, it was like out of this world, you know. It was fantastic. And of course, like in Russia, actually, I gotta tell you that when we played in Moscow, like at the Moscow Peace Festival, and when it was such an inspiration to write Wind of Change and all that. And now, so many years later, with Sign of Hope, you know, our Russian fans, they are like amazing, I must tell you. You know, the Russian Scorpions fans, they're so very well organized. And right now, just the other day, got a clip from Sign of Hope. And the fan club members, everybody sang a line of Sign of Hope when they were passing on the microphone.
Wow.
And it became such a, I mean, I had goosebumps.
Goosebumps, right?
I had really goosebumps. And this is like, you feel the connection so deeply. It's very touching. And it's the same way like in the US or going east to Russia. You know, it's really, looking back, it's really like a privilege that we could live this life, being artists, being musicians from Germany. Hey, but not only going to the west, also going to the east, going to the south. Maybe we miss a show up in the in Greenland or someplace, you know. But we've been all over the continents, and lately we discovered Australia as well. And so much fun to go down there, down under, and play there. I mean, we can't ask for more. If it would be over tomorrow, you know, thank you, God, you know, thanks. This is like, we can't ask for more.
Well, we got a sign of hope that you're going to get this album done and you're going to go back on the road and we're going to see you. And I'm going to tell everybody to go buy the Sign of Hope, stream it. It's going to Music Cares charity. Klaus, before I let you go, I'm putting a collage together and you kind of talked about it. I'm having all the artists thank all the first responders. So could you take a moment and just say, hey, this is Klaus Meine of the Scorpions. I want to thank all the folks on the front line, and I'll add you into my video collection collage. Could you do that for me? Go ahead, sir.
Hi, this is Klaus Meine from the Scorpions. I would like to say thank you to all the doctors, nurses, all the frontliners, all the people taking care of us, risking their lives, you know, working so hard, 24 hours a day, every day, you know, and we'd like to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. And here's a little sign of hope. We love you.
Perfect. And we got to do a shout out. I got to thank Jody Best. Thank you, Jody, for connecting me with this wonderful guy. Jody loves you. Jody says, I love that guy. Oh, my goodness.
Thank you. Thank you.
Klaus?
It was such a pleasure to talk to you, Patrick. And we make sure once we have something to play, you know, we got to play for you, you know. Even if it's like this. Even if
it's like this, I'll take it and I'll play it. I keep new music alive. I tell the fans, go to scorpions.com, buy a mask, buy a t-shirt, download Sign of Hope. Get your pictures to Instagram so you can be on the official music video for Sign of Hope. It's great stuff. I'm going to work on getting my picture this week out onto the Instagram. Maybe you get to see me out there. But it'll be all good.
So much beautiful stuff coming from our fans in the US, you know, really being into this kind of thing, sending their pictures, their family shots with dogs and cats and all of that, you know, and really beautiful images or from the last meet and greet with the band, some places in Vegas or in LA, New York, wherever, you know, and we miss you all very much. It's been a while, and other than Vegas this year, you know, but we're really seriously working on a full US tour next year, and then we come back to the United States with a new album, with a new show, you know, a new set list, and Patrick is rolling the dice.
We're gonna roll the dice.
We rock you guys like a hurricane again.
Klaus, thank you so very much. I hope you enjoyed the chat as much as I have, my friend.
Oh, very much, very much.
I wish you best of health for you, Gabby, your family. Send my best to the guys. We love you. Stay positive. It's going to happen. We're going to be good. This is going to be great.
Yes. Thank you, Patrick. Lots of love.
Absolutely. Thank you, my man.
Thank you.